Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. Let's see what comes in. What do the viewers need to know? What is it you need to know? Yeah, someone's not budging here. See, protecting themselves, their heart, their money. It's an energy of protection. Yeah, someone's worked hard to get where they're at here, so I do see that, protecting everything they worked for. But it also has to do with someone putting in effort. Someone who's not going to budge yet. Weighing the pros and the cons here. Someone's kind of should I or shouldn't I? No movement here at this point. Yeah, someone who's kind of felt like, a little bit beat up, felt like giving up. Yeah, but this is someone who's definitely, you can see, this is someone who didn't give up. But, it has to do with should I or shouldn't I? What is that all about? Because this is a person. It's about being open to receive. This is a person open. See, it's about being open, being emotionally available. Yeah, because this is a person who's at some point just felt like giving up. When you're just about ready to give up, you see, there's that energy. Yeah, this is communication, things moving. There's now movement. There's some kind of movement here. But it's when someone just feels like giving up, all of a sudden there's communication, there's movement. And it could be multiple opportunities. It's often feeling a little overwhelmed. Yeah, we got two people here. I think it's both people weighing the pros and the cons. There's some emotion here. There's feelings. This is someone and this is two people who've literally given up. It's both people. But we have this should I or shouldn't I? There's going to be some communication back and forth here. But this is about putting something behind. But it's still two people who feel like giving up, putting this behind, now not giving up, because now we got this should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, this has to do with some sort of breakthrough. See, it's an energy of being free, but it's planning, preparing, hoping for the best. So this is where now we've got a breakthrough. So there's a breakthrough in communication. But it has to do with two people who've been kind of free. I do see that free spirit energy. See, playing the field. But these are two people who've given up. Now it's like the other way around. It's about moving forward. So I wonder if this is an energy. And it's two people just sort of both should I or shouldn't I? Things were stuck. See, there was stagnancy. Nothing was moving. Two people focused on work, but it is about protecting not just hearts, but your money. So it is about protection. Yeah, tell me about the Queen of Cups. I'm going to use the smaller deck. What's the Queen of Cups feeling here? This is someone just sort of, give me something I can work with here, because it has to do with putting in effort. See, it's a cycle that's ended, whether this is something that'll go in their favor. But this is a whole new cycle. This is luck timing. So there's something that happened here. And I don't know if this was a rebound or something that happened here, because this is often someone who set someone free and then they come back. The boomerang effect. There's something incomplete here between these two people. Tell me about the Six of Wands. Yeah, it's all about harmony and balance, being fair. It's whether someone's right for someone or not. But it's about justice, doing things right. What's this King of Cups up to? See, they see opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it, but it's about opportunity. They see it. They see this opportunity because now we have communication. There's been a breakthrough in communication. No one was budging, moving. Two people focus on work, but there's still that two people protecting their hearts more than anything here. Yeah, we got, let's have a look at the Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is about being in alignment. See, someone releasing things that no longer serve, but this is someone who's now seeing hope. But they're letting go of something here. Things that no longer serve. So this has to do with being in alignment. See, something here happened. Things didn't turn out as expected. And it is somebody who has expectations. And this is somebody here, it's unexpected. They didn't expect this, but now they see opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it. And I feel it's both people. Kind of fantasizing, romanticizing, you know, those thoughts. Tell me about justice. Yeah, see, this is a person who's had some success, good luck, timing, windfall of abundance. It's a person who's been focusing on their finances. But this is someone who's kind of thinking about what happened, the way a situation may have played out. This is somebody who's a bit of a free spirit, but this is someone who's on their own path. See, they're on their own path. This is a person who kind of felt like has basically giving up. Now there's a breakthrough. But it is about success. Someone who has goals, things they've achieved. Tell me, and this person's seeing opportunity, but I think both people do, which is interesting because now we've got movement, the flow of communication. See, it's someone feeling hope. But this is someone who has pretty high standards. This is a person who holds someone in very high regard. It's everything they could ever want. So now whatever this stagnant is now hope. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. See, two people here. It's all about providing for each other. Two people who've achieved some goals here. These are two people who've had some success. Financial. They're stable. So now there's this opportunity. Two people who know a good thing when they see it. But this is someone still focused on goals, what they want to achieve. This is someone who's not finished achieving their goals. But it's what two people can achieve together. We got a couple people fantasizing here. These are two people who kind of look ahead. See, plan, prepare. These are two people at some point weren't ready. But now there's this flow of communication, some kind of breakthrough. It's all about breaking free, but it is goals, what two people hope to achieve. Yeah, definitely two people looking ahead, seeing that. Both people feeling the same. Two people who've been on a particular path. See, this is about coming into alignment. This is just two people who've become stable. They're both looking, at goals of things they've achieved, what they can achieve together. This is someone who's so in their feelings, this person too. It's about being open, available, and it has to do with a whole new cycle. Good luck and timing, feeling fortunate. So I feel at this particular time, this is someone who is kind of keeping things close to their chest, maybe even protecting money, but I feel it's just nobody was budging and moving. There's a lot of focus on work. This is someone taking stock of their life. See, taking stock. It's all about the bigger picture. I can see it coming because this is planning, preparing, being able to provide. See, this is a person who's provider. This is someone who's been providing for themselves. So there is that free spirit, but it is still a breakthrough in communication. Let's have a look at the Four of Pentacles. Yep. This is someone taking stock of their life. This is an energy of things being learned, knowledge, habits, lifestyle. Could be two people kind of set in their ways, though. And that's what I feel, set in their ways. But it's about learning. It's about being on the same page. Lifestyle, habits, the way someone conducts themselves. Someone here definitely is... And it is set in the ways because these are two people who are free spirits. They've been free for a while, working on their goals, the things that they've achieved. But now this is about opportunity to come together because of the flow of communication. Tell me about this Eight of Wands. Yeah, this is energy of things bothering. See, baggage, maybe debt to pay off, bills. But this is a cycle energy. See, the sun's starting to shine. This could be two people talking, getting a few things off their chest, but it is about stability. It's about reliability, being reliable. It's about responsibilities. So it has to do with someone maybe feeling, it could be two people who are blaming each other, but I don't really feel like that's what it is because I feel like just putting it behind. It has to do with past. Leaving the past behind and moving forward. So this is someone feeling like there's hope. See, it has to do with what two people are expecting. These are two people who have expectations. But it's definitely this feeling a little overwhelmed, communication flowing. See, it's unexpected. So now this person's in their feelings. See, it's both people feeling the same. We've got these energies of moving forward, movement, things unexpected, but there's still this hope. A lot of communication, movement, gaining momentum. Ooh. Tell me about this Eight of Wands. Why is this here? Yeah, see now this is someone open to receive. These are two people who often kind of act a little aloof, and it's just the path. These two people are on their own path, achieving goals. So there's been a lot achieved, but now it's about being emotionally open and available. This is someone who's felt like giving up. So this person's looking at this, they see opportunity, but they're looking at all the possibilities here because the flow of communication. This is something sudden, feeling a little overwhelmed. Both people a little overwhelmed, but I feel it's two people who have a lot of weight on their shoulders. They have a lot of responsibilities. Two people who take on a lot of responsibilities, but it's what two people can achieve. This is someone definitely available. Yeah. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. See, it's long-term stability, a partner. It's what two people both want, you know, is a stable partner, but it's about someone who's there through thick and thin. Two people who nurture, take care of each other. They look out for each other. It's an energy of protecting each other. But it's two people's lifestyles, the way they conduct themselves. I feel we have two people here. There's been a lot of learning, but it's about being on the same page. So this is an energy of, I think we got two people kind of set in their ways, but yet we have being open to love. There's some sort of connection between these two people. The feminine is open. Yeah, now we got the masculine here. See, and I don't know if this, I don't feel like it's someone comparing someone. It could be comparing one to the other, but this is a person who's in their head. See, it's about executing a plan, planning, preparing, providing a whole new cycle. It's all about timing, good luck, feeling fortunate, feeling lucky for this opportunity. But this is someone who's in their head analyzing. They're doing a lot of thinking because these are just energies. Strategizing, analyzing long term. I feel like whatever this person's been doing, they've been doing it exactly for this reason because they're about to execute a plan. See, they're doing a lot of thinking. This person's wise. See, it's about experience. Somebody who has more experience. But they're looking at this. Tell me about this King of Swords. Yep, see, it's this person. They're in their feelings. Big time in their feels. See, this is a person who I feel has more experience. But it's what this person's experienced, you see. Their swords up. They're a little skeptical about this being long term. This is a person who I feel likes to, it has to do with providing. See, this is somebody who's definitely that energy of having to provide, nurturing and caring. But now this is a whole different cycle. Yeah, this is a person who's very independent. See, and that's the thing, is two independent people set in their ways. It's your lifestyles, the way you conduct yourselves, your day-to-day lives. There would need to be changes here. I can already see it. But this is someone still in their feels. But you can see this is the things, their swords up. They're a little skeptical whether this will go anywhere, go the distance. But they are, and it could be someone comparing someone to another situation. I see that. But this is more of should I or shouldn't I be open to this? Because I feel this is someone keeping this kind of in here. They see opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it. It's someone who has high expectations. But it's like this is unexpected. Feeling things are unexpected. Their swords up. But this is how they're actually feeling. It has to do with telling someone the truth. There's truth. See, it's about loyal, faithful. I don't know if this is someone who needs to just let go. I don't feel like it's a grudge or anything. It's more of just someone's lifestyle set in their ways. But this is two people who've worked hard, you know, the goals, the things they've achieved. But now it's what you can achieve together. Tell me about this. This is someone, it is about, yep, their cup overflows. See, they're skeptical, but now they see opportunity where they didn't before, because now the flow of communication, there's movement. And this is a sense of both people feeling overwhelmed. See, their cup overflows. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, these two people. Yeah, this is definitely a person single. They're independent single. But it is set in their ways. This is someone who looks out for themselves. They take care of themselves. They have goals. These are two people who've achieved something. But now it's what you can achieve together. And I do feel these are two people who have definitely, I feel, crossed paths. If not, this is all about this whole cycle. See, this is someone who has a lot of abundance. But I wonder if it is, I don't feel like it could be pride and ego. But it's about two people who take care of themselves. They take pride. See, it's about pride in appearance, the way someone looks. This is someone who takes pride in everything they do. It's everything this person could want. And their cup overflows with emotion, but it's offering up the cup. Someone here needs to tell someone the truth. But they are seeking truth. I mean, this is someone who definitely has more experience maybe than they did here, because I don't know if this is something on and off or what, but tell me about this Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it has to do with a person taking decisive action. See, it's someone who doesn't want someone to get away. Now they have this new opportunity. But this is a person who may have rushed in and maybe changed their mind. See, this is how this person's thinking. This is the one that got away. This is someone who doesn't want someone to get away. I feel we have definitely two people who've learned a lot. This person especially learning. See, morals, values, someone's lifestyle. See, learning about it. Because this is someone who looks out for themselves. They take care of themselves. And this is a person who's learned to be independent. Why? Because they've never had anyone they can count on and rely on. So there may be communication about this. This is a person becomes this way. They learn to be this way. And they are kind of closed off. They protect their heart. But now this is someone who's available. And I feel this masculine especially is should I or shouldn't I. See, offer invitation, tell someone how they feel. Their cup overflows with emotion. This is someone who's been loving someone here. And it is a person who I feel who has been disappointed. Things don't always turn out as expected. But it has to do with what this person's telling them. This is a person who's become independent because they've never had anyone they can count on. They've had to rely on themselves. And this their cup overflows with feelings about this because there is communication. Or if there isn't, there's going to be talk about this. Because this is a learned behavior. Someone who's focused, work, they're learning something new, learning everything they can about a subject, and then they do it. But this is two people who both have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of shoulders. But here's the catch with this masculine. See, they're looking at opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it. And I do think this is someone really in their head about this. See, they're a little skeptical. Their swords up a bit. But this is how they feel. And this person doesn't feel anyone's reliable, so they become independent because they can't rely on anyone. So they become very much a free spirit. This person as well, but this person's got feelings. This King of Cups, these are the same two people. It's just the path that they've been on. See, it's two people who have high expectations. But this is someone who wasn't expecting this. They know what's expected of them. But they didn't expect this, whatever this person said, and they are skeptical because this is someone who's, they're both set in their ways, but this is someone who's learned to be independent because they can never count on anyone. No one ever pulls their weight. This is someone the feminine who feels, see, they're always doing all the work. They're the one doing the work and they never receive. So they have all this weight on their shoulders. This has to do with past relationships. That's why we have a person who's learned to be independent because they can't count on anyone. So this is what's going to be talked about because it's about reliability, stability. Yeah, there's reminiscing too. This is someone who's loved someone for a long time. It's about cooperating, compromising. So I wonder if this person at some point is looking at this because it has to do with the things two people have in common. This is about two people who are supposed to team up and work together. And this is what's being talked about. And it is a bit overwhelming because their sword is up. But see, it's all about change. It's all about lifestyle habits changing. See? It's whether two people who have changed, but there is necessary changes. Because these are two free spirits. They're used to doing as they please. But this person's definitely someone who will not move forward because they can't rely on anyone. So they rely on themselves. And these are both two people stable. They have everything they need. So this is what's going to happen here. It's talking about it. Because this person here is tired of doing all the work. See, this is someone who's always doing all the work in past relationships. And any relationship they've been in, people pile their burdens on them. They pile more burdens on them. And this is someone who's overcome a lot too. They've done this. See, this is someone who's not a quitter. This is a person who's overcome, but it has to do with two people who both felt like giving up. Now you're coming together. But there is necessary changes, timing, schedules, routines. But there's growth. See, now we've got growth. There's movement. This is about growing. It's about growing old together, you know, that kind of energy getting together, what two people can provide. But this person's feeling a little overwhelmed. They need to tell someone the truth. How they feel. Someone who probably didn't. They may have. I mean, it's could be, but you can see they're analyzing, strategizing, and I do think they're going to offer the cup an invitation. This is someone going to tell someone, yeah. This has to do with someone in another community. See, good news. This is someone who has some kind of good news, and even sharing good news. But this is about opportunity. See, there's been several opportunities. I don't know if this is something that's been on and off, and someone who's had opportunities and didn't tell someone how they felt, but this has to do with friends, family, people who support. See, supportive friends and family. But it is to do with, let's see, tell me about the Three of Cups. Who are these people? No, this has to do with the new. See, there's happiness, there's good news. So this is someone seeing very clearly. This person is emotionally available. This is someone opening up. And it probably is the feminine who wasn't opening up. But this is a person who's juggling, working. They have a lot on their plate, but they are independent. It's a learned behavior. So this person's learning about this, and their cup overflows with emotion. They want to take the weight off this person's shoulders, but this is what two people can do for each other. Teaming up, working together, going down this path. There's a need for cooperation and compromise. It's possible somebody here wasn't willing to compromise at some point, but it is set in the ways, and all these things being learned. Look at, there's good news. This is someone seeing truth, and it's making them really happy. They feel this is somebody opening up, like they can provide. It's about two people who nurture each other. They look out for each other, being there for each other. Now this Queen of Cups open to receive. See, they're kind of seeing, if they're looking at this, well, we'll see what happens. Because this is of the one that got away. And this person knows they need to kind of hurry up here. They need to make up their mind. It's not like, I think their mind's made up, but like I say, the sword's up. They were a little skeptical when, I think it's this person reached out to them. See, it's all about creating movement, but it has to do with creating change. This is closing out a cycle, a whole new chapter. Tell me about this King of Cups. See, there's so much desire, so much attraction, a passion in beginning. This is someone who's going to tell someone truth. They've been holding a torch. And I do think it's probably both people. But this is a feminine who always feels they're doing all the work. You know, someone doing all the work. They have a lot on their plate. So they're kind of learned to protect themselves, to look out for themselves. See, looking out for number one. And it's both people have that energy, but their cup overflows with emotion. They want to talk. They're about to execute a plan here. They're strategizing, analyzing, thinking. But look at this, feeling really happy. So this has to do with just good news. Someone here is single. It's an energy of being very much aware someone's single. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups. Why is this person? See, this person is still skeptical. Even though they see truth, they feel very happy. But it's about holding a torch. Yeah, someone who's been talking to people here, maybe talking to people, but I feel it's about learning. And it is about listening and maybe talking to family, friends. I feel there's good news, but whatever it is, they're learning. See, it has to do with holding a torch. Someone who really cares about someone. See, now we got the Queen of Swords in this energy. You can see what's happening. This is something that's unfinished. This is unfinished business. Because this is a person about to make a decision. And they are kind of, again, both people kind of the same. You see, both people the same, feeling like it's too good to be true. But the thing is there's change, there's movement, there's growth. Because this is a person who's wise. They are definitely the things they've experienced. See, this is two people going to talk. And you've shared some of the same experiences. But this has to do with the feminine making a decision. Should I or shouldn't I? Because there is an attraction, there is desire. But is this person the right person? And that's what it is. Because this person's very independent. This person finds the other person really attractive, like they've kept it to themselves. They've talked to people about this. So there it is. This is someone going to spill the beans. But there is analyzing, strategizing, but it's about doing things together, teaming up, making decisions together. See, people who learn to be independent, they learn to look out for themselves. But it's two people about protecting each other. It's about commitment, faith, loyalty, all these things being learned. So these are two people who have a lot of experience. They're wise. So there is discernment. And I think this is someone who knows. These are two people who already know there's something here. Okay? It's definitely worth exploring. This is unfinished business. I can see it already. Yeah, this is all about this person coming in, see, swooping in to take control. This is someone very much in control of their emotions. They feel confident. See, it's about being discerning, being wise, but it's what these two people are talking about. This is very important. What's being discussed, and it's creating change. There's movement, there's growth. These two people are grown up, basically. But this is about movement. And I wouldn't be surprised it has to do with someone visiting someone or maybe another community. Could have to do with talking about moving, relocating. But this person's definitely, it has to do with this person taking the lead. They know what's expected. They know they need to take the lead. The feminine too, it's what they're expecting. See, expectation. Someone who has high standards. And I think this person does too, to be honest. Their lifestyles, the way you live your day-to-day lives, your standards, morals, values. Yep, you've got an emperor here. This is someone ready. See, take the lead. They know what's expected. This is someone who's mastering life. See, all these changes. Yeah, this is somebody who definitely has mastered all the energies of the kings here. Yeah, strategizing, analyzing, executing a plan, but they see very clearly. They feel very happy with something they're learning. They know this is someone finds them attractive, that they're interested in them. And I do think it is unfinished business for some of you. But it has to do with expectation. See, this is about distance, moving, relocating. This is about getting acquainted or reacquainted. But it's getting, and it could be someone finding out we've got this energy, but that someone's getting reacquainted. But this is travel, movement, visiting someone. See, someone's thinking about this. And there is both people, should I or shouldn't I, weighing the pros and the cons. Is this the one? Is this my person? There's still more need to talk. There's still lots more that needs to be said. It's like getting reacquainted, maybe even long distance, right? Talking, texting. But it is about getting acquainted. It's about moving forward calmly and peacefully. See sunnier days ahead. And I don't know if this is someone even thinking, because it almost looks like the other person wants the other person to move. There was this need to rush. See, rushing in, feeling like they need to hurry. And then we have someone who put on the brakes. And I'm not so sure it's the masculine. I think it was the feminine, because it has to do with moving, relocating, see change, creating all this change. But what I'm seeing is the feminine actually looking at this now. Vice versa, more than likely. But yeah, it's all about moving, relocating, seeing the bigger picture. See, this is about happiness, what two people can give to each other. It's about being on the same page, your values. Spirituality. It's about being in alignment. These are two people very much the same. So there's unfinished business. There is spark desire, someone possibly holding a torch. It does look like for some of you it's long distance, but it is about moving, relocating. See, happy home, happy life. Two people looking at what makes them happy, because there's discernment. So now's the time to figure out what you want. Release things that no longer serve. to be able to move forward, because it is movement. There's growth here. There's desire, a passion, new beginning. There is fantasizing, there is no doubt, but it's the Emperor is somebody here who knows, right? They're seeing the bigger picture, what's expected of them. They know what's expected. They know what they need to do. So it does look like talking to people, but I still feel for the most part, this has to do with moving and relocating, creating change. It's whether someone has changed, because this person's very much set in their ways. They're independent. They look out for themselves. And they're still single. Why? Because this is someone telling someone why they're single. Because they can't count on anyone, so they've learned to rely on themselves. Or this person's just figuring it out. So there you go. I wish you guys the best. This is a little longer than I wanted, but this is deep. There's going to be some very deep conversations. This is where you both have to decide what makes you happy. But it's about two people who lift the weight off each other's shoulders. They support each other. They're there for each other. I'm going to tell you, this feminine is long overdue, and actually both people, for some nurturing. See, it's all about that emotional stability. This is someone who has their emotions under control. So I feel whatever happened, someone kind of lost control of their emotions. They rushed in too quickly, expected too much too fast from the other person. But it's both people. Those people playing a part, but this is definitely unfinished business. There is definitely something very beautiful here. See, happy home, happy life. This person couldn't be happier to talk, because there's movement. Things have been stuck stagnant. There is things that'll need to be released. If it is moving, relocating, material things will need to be let go. But it all has to do with control. Taking the lead but letting go of control, because we got two people who've been in control of their own lives. See, the freedom, being free to do whatever you want. This is definitely someone who's not about to let someone control them. And I do think that probably goes both ways. There is skepticism, but it's wisdom, the things you've experienced. So now's the time to decide. There's a decision coming up here. Okay, so it's giving the masculine and feminine both watching this a heads up. Take care. Bye for now.